morning, everyone.
Good morning, Tony.
My name's Tony Taylor. I'm the car guy, I guess you call it. I do the internet sales and purchasing, research and development, I guess to some degree, for the cars we buy here at the shop that you can see on the show, and also sell the cars once we're done with them. So apparently there are some questions that are pressing that need to be addressed this morning for all of the kids out in Monkey Land who watch the show and want to grow up and be just like me. Don't do it. Anyway, first question we have this morning is from Facebook. It's Jimmy McLucas. Where did you work before Gas Monkey? Last 10 years, Jimmy, I worked as service director at Lamborghini Dallas, which was obviously the Lamborghini dealership here in Dallas. Ran the service department, was officially, I guess, considered fixed operations director, in that I oversaw our warranty administration as well as the parts department. Primary focus though was on service, so I was the service manager of the shop and oversaw all the technicians, the daily work we did there. Test drove every car. That was the highlight of that job there. Any car that came in, I test drove to help with diagnosis, and then once the guys had repaired it, I had to confirm the repairs and take care of all the paperwork and billing and what have you. So, Facebook question number 3 comes from Chris Champion. Great name. That's not your real name though, is it, Champion? Anyway, good name. What is the fastest car you've ever worked on, and what was the size of the engine? Fastest car, if you go by top speed claim, which I never was ever at any of those speeds, the latest was the Lamborghini Aventador, which is posted at 217 miles an hour. I obviously never went that fast in one. Fastest I ever went was at Fontana Raceway in the LP 640s, and that was about 175 in those cars. But the Aventador is a 6.5 liter motor, naturally aspirated. I'm thinking though that the Saleen S7 twin turbo was probably a faster car that I've worked on, and that was a car that those were 427 big blocks with twin turbos and a carbon fiber car. And I think Saleen posted those as being like 225 mile an hour cars. So anyway, as I think about it, there's a lot of other cars that were probably just as fast that I worked on that I was driving anyway. Question number 4, Facebook again. Popular site, I guess, that Facebook thing. Joshua Johnson says, you said in a previous episode you were on a BMW pit crew. Can you explain in more detail now how that job was? Job was a lot of fun, Joshua. I was young, and so that was a great experience for me. Traveled around the country. We did all the old raceways, a lot of which aren't around, the old Riverside International. Now Mazda Raceway Park used to be Laguna Seca. We went to Sears Point, Watkins Glen, Lime Rock. So I traveled around the country with the transporter. We loaded, unloaded the car, did gear changes, motor changes, tire changes. During the race you did fuel, tires, that sort of stuff when the car came in. It was exciting, and it was a time in my life where I didn't have obligations. I was able to travel around the country. It was good money for a young guy. And finally, we have another question here. Came via Instagram from Blaine Queasy. Blaine Queasy. What is it like being the voice of reason in the sea of madness that is Gas Monkey? Well, Blaine Queasy, I like to use a term that says perception is reality. The sea of madness that is Gas Monkey is composed of a lot of ebbs and tides, as most seas would be. In those flows that the tide takes, there's a lot of time that is spent kind of moving with it. So in terms of the sea of madness, I'd have to take responsibility for some of that madness that occurs here. And as a voice of reason, again, I think that perception's reality. I don't know that I would be the voice of reason, but the perception that I am the voice of reason, I guess makes that a reality. So,
What the hell did you just say?
you know, it's a situation where if we're all having fun, we're all having fun. If we're all working, we're all working. And again, you know, it's not a deal where I'm the guy that is the anchor by any means. I'm might be considered the rudder or the sail, but I'm definitely not the anchor. So anyway, those are all good questions. I appreciate everybody sending those in. Hopefully, you know, y'all get to stay tuned for our new episodes coming up. And if you guys enjoy what you see, certainly take a moment and you know, reach out to us on Facebook or Twitter. If you have any other questions y'all like answered, that's the place to do it. Thanks again for tuning in.